Listen to me closely, because today I will reveal 5 rare truths about Jesus Christ that most people never hear. These are not just stories. These are revelations that can transform the way you see him forever. Fact 1. Jesus was multilingual. Most people imagine Jesus speaking only Hebrew, but history tells us something deeper. He spoke Aramaic, the common tongue of the people. He also understood Hebrew, the sacred language of the scriptures, and even Greek, the language of trade and culture in his time. This wasn't an accident. Jesus spoke the language of kings, the language of priests, and the language of the common people. Why? Because his mission was for everyone, every culture, every tribe, every heart. He wasn't limited by language. His words were designed to break every barrier. Waves. Fact 2. The teacher on the water. When we think of Jesus' teaching, we picture mountains and crowds gathered in fields. But here is something many don't realize. Often, Jesus sat inside a small fishing boat, teaching from the water. Why a boat? Because water carries sound. His voice would travel across the lake, reaching thousands with clarity. Nature itself became his microphone. Think about that. The creator of the universe using his own creation as an amplifier to reach his people. Every wave, every ripple carried his message of hope. Hammer. Fact 3. Jesus was a strong carpenter. The world often paints Jesus as gentle, soft, and fragile. But history tells us he worked for many years as a carpenter, with wood, stone, and his bare hands. This was not easy labor. This was the kind of work that builds muscles, discipline, and resilience. Jesus wasn't weak, he was strong. His body carried the strength of labor, and his spirit carried the strength of heaven. This means when he carried the cross, he knew the weight of wood on his shoulders long before Calvary. Timer. Fact 4. Only 3.5 years of public ministry. Jesus lived about 33 years, but his public ministry, the miracles, the sermons, the healings, lasted only 3.5 years. Just think about that. 3.5 years that changed the entire course of human history. The rest of his life was hidden, years of learning, preparing, and waiting. And what does this teach us? That greatness is not built overnight. Preparation in silence often leads to impact that shakes the world. Don't despise your hidden season. Even Jesus had one. Cross. Fact 5. The cross was meant for fear, but became victory. To the Romans, crucifixion was the ultimate punishment, brutal, public, a warning to anyone who dared to resist. The cross was designed to crush hope, to spread fear, to break the human spirit. But Jesus flipped the meaning of the cross. He turned a weapon of terror into the ultimate symbol of courage. What was meant to humiliate became the throne of victory. What was designed to destroy became the foundation of eternal life. That is the power of Jesus Christ. He takes the darkest symbol of death and transforms it into everlasting hope. These 5 truths show us something bigger. Jesus was not only a miracle worker. He was wisdom, he was strength, he was preparation, and he was sacrifice. He spoke the language of the world. He used nature itself to deliver his message. He worked with his hands so he could carry the weight of humanity. He lived in silence before shaking eternity. And he turned fear into the greatest symbol of hope. Now, The choice is yours. Will you see him only as a story, or will you embrace him as the living truth that changes everything? If this message touched your heart, don't wait. Like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to our channel, God Speaks Today, for more powerful revelations. Because this is not just history. This is eternal truth.